choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Saturday, December 28th, 2024. Today in history, Arthur Stanley Eddington, born 142 years ago, was a British astronomer, physicist, and mathematician. He contributed significantly to astronomy, with works like Stars and Atoms and Internal Structure of Stars. Eddington is known for the Eddington limit for luminous intensity in celestial objects and was the first to present Einstein's theory of relativity in English. Welcome to today's Qingchao Morning News. Let's start with political updates.
Indonesian rights group calls for abolition of death penalty. Comprehensive news from Jakarta. Filipino Mary Jane Veloso, sentenced to death 14 years ago for a drug case in Indonesia, recently returned to the Philippines following diplomatic mediation between India and the Philippines. Prior to her return, 5 members of the Bali 9 drug trafficking group, who had served nearly 20 years in prison, were also deported to Australia. Statistics show that Indonesia's new Prabowo government has deported 6 foreign death row prisoners in less than 2 months in office. The last execution in Indonesia took place in July 2016, when an Indonesian and 3 foreigners were executed for drug trafficking. Indonesian human rights activists viewed the Veloso and Bali 9 cases as both a policy adjustment and a step forward in humanitarian progress, urging the government to fully abolish the death penalty. South Korean PM Han Duck-soo undergoes private police investigation. Yonhap News Agency reported that on December 20, the Special Investigation Team of the National Investigation Headquarters under the South Korean National Police Agency began investigating Prime Minister Han Byul-soo, who was acting as president. Han Byul-soo and several key cabinet officials are accused of participating in civil unrest related to an emergency martial law incident. The investigation team had previously requested that Han Byul-soo and 11 others, including National Intelligence Service Director Cho Tae-yong, cooperate with the investigation. Lee Jae-myung, leader of South Korea's largest opposition party, the Democratic Party of Korea, stated that impeachment of Han Byul-soo is not currently being considered. Russia to recruit over 430,000 new soldiers in 2024. According to Bloomberg News, Russian President Vladimir Putin recently stated at a defense ministry meeting in Moscow that the Russian army recruited more than 430,000 new soldiers during the war in Ukraine this year. He noted that Russia had significantly increased troop bonuses since this year. However, neither Putin nor Defense Minister Belousov mentioned Russian casualties during the meeting. The United States and NATO allies have previously reported that at least 700,000 Russian soldiers have been killed or injured since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, roughly equivalent to the number of new recruits Putin has enlisted over the past 2 years. Philippines cuts policy interest rate. On December 19, the Philippine Central Bank lowered its policy interest rate by 25 basis points, marking the 3rd consecutive rate cut. The central bank stated that it will continue with a controlled easing policy. Earlier this year, the central bank reduced interest rates twice, in August and October, each by 25 basis points. Inflation in the Philippines has stayed within the target range of 2% to 4% for the past 4 months, while economic growth slowed in the 3rd quarter, prompting the rate reduction. Despite the announcement, the peso exchange rate remained largely unchanged, staying near the historical low of 59 pesos to $1. Firebombing at Vietnam Karaoke Café kills 11. On December 18, a fire broke out at a 3-story karaoke-style café on Pham Van Dong Street, Bac Tu Liem District, Hanoi, Vietnam. The fire started around 11 p.m., trapping many people inside, and spread to a neighboring store. Authorities dispatched fire trucks and ambulances, rescuing 7 people. 2 were injured and sent to the hospital, while 11 others died in the flames. Vietnamese police later arrested a suspect, who admitted to starting the fire after an argument with a clerk. He bought gasoline, returned to the cafe, and poured it on motorcycles in the parking area, causing them to catch fire. In response to safety concerns, authorities closed more than 2/3 of Vietnam's karaoke bars, roughly 15,000, for not adhering to fire regulations. Two-car crashes on Afghan highway kill 52. On December 17, two-car accidents occurred on the highway between Kabul and Kandahar, Afghanistan, killing 52 people and injuring 68, including women, children, and the elderly. In one incident, a bus collided with a tanker near Shabaz village in Ghazni, and in another, a bus struck a truck in Undul East. Afghanistan's roads are in poor condition, and traffic accidents are common due to dangerous driving and lack of oversight. Earlier this year, in March, a similar crash occurred in Helmand province, where a bus collided with a tanker, killing over 20 people and injuring 38. Eleventh Cambodia Book Fair ends. The 11th Cambodia Book Fair recently concluded at Diamond Island in Phnom Penh, marking its largest edition yet, with 293 booths showcasing tens of thousands of books. The fair catered to diverse reading preferences, from literature enthusiasts to professionals. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education Heng Chun Naron emphasized that books are a vehicle for human civilization. He highlighted that the fair not only provides a platform for local writers but also plays a crucial role in promoting reading culture and enhancing the cultural literacy of the people.
According to the Wall Street Journal, crude palm oil futures on the Bursa Malaysia derivatives exchange recently fell below RM 4,500 per ton, reaching a 2-month low. That's all for today's Qingxiao Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.